Hello and welcome to the Kate and Eric Show, episode 22, brought to you by faith, family, and friends and freedom. We'll call it the 4Fs. How about that? First of all, I'd like to welcome any new listeners, anybody who is new to the show. Thank you very much for listening, and everybody who continues to listen, thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. It is fun. The website that I go through to sit there and look at everybody, where everybody is, and look where all the cities are, a bunch of new cities that I'm like, I don't know anybody in this city. So it's really, really cool. It's really, really exciting to sit there and look at all the new places. And it's just great. So I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. So there's the podcast here. The other places that I am available where you can look at, some fun videos, and not some fun videos, some of them very frustrating, is I have launched a YouTube channel, the Kate and Eric Show on YouTube. There is the X, formerly known as Twitter. I guess people understand now that Twitter is now X, so maybe I'll just say X from now on. So there's X, True Social, Kate and Eric Show for both of those. And then, of course, the TikTok is the Kate and Eric Show. There's a lot more videos on there. And I try to get, and then, of course, the Facebook page, the Kate and Eric Show. So I do try to get everything on all of those platforms whenever I create, excuse me, whenever I do create a video or whatever it is. I do post it. Mostly, it's first to go on TikTok just because that's just the easiest way of doing it. And then I just save it to the other one. So TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and I'm not on Instagram yet. I have a personal Instagram, so I'm debating on whether doing an Instagram as well. But I do have everything else. So if you want to go check out some of my other content besides the podcast, Kate and Eric Show on X, True Social, Twitter, or TikTok. See, there's just too many of them. There's too many. But anyway, so I'm all over everywhere, anywhere, and then anywhere you listen to the podcast. Obviously, if you're listening to this, you are listening to the podcast on whatever platform you listened on. So great. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Today's episode, of course, will do the sports update. Big games across the NFL. The 49ers and Jets play tonight, so go Niners. And we had some big college sports. The MLB season is coming to an end. Not next week, but I believe it's the Sunday after next week. And so we'll have that. Illegal immigration. Finally, some of these blue cities are feeling the pain, and they do not like it very much. So we'll have that coming up. There's lots to talk about with that. So let's just get into the little sports update here. So we'll first do baseball, because the Astros cannot figure out if they want to win the division or not. I looked at the schedule last week after doing this episode here, and they played the A's and the Royals. Both teams have lost over 100 games, and they only won 2 of the 6 games they played against those two teams. I mean, they played the Royals again here this weekend, and hopefully they can gain some ground and beat these guys and take the division. These last about 6 years of the golden age of Houston Astros it's been kind of nice at this time of year. It's we've kind of cruised along, win the division, all except for the 2020 year. That was just a weird, ridiculous, stupid year where they actually were under 500 but still made the playoffs. But that was just a bizarre season. Anyway, so the other regular full seasons, they have kind of, at this point of the year, have had kind of command and won the division. But we're only like a half a game up on, let me pull that up quickly. Yeah, half a game up on the Rangers, half a game up on Seattle. So hopefully we can gain some ground. We have one more series against Seattle here coming up next week. So hopefully they can take this division, because this has been the most frustrating season of these last 6 or 7 years or so. So there's that. So it's fun. It's a fun year. Of course, the Dodgers, which I do not like, for more than one reason besides the 2017 World Series championship. They have clinched the playoffs. Atlanta has made the playoffs. Baltimore, Tampa Bay all have made the playoffs. So we're still waiting for us. The World Series champions of last year, still trying to figure out whether they're going to, win the division. So there is that update. Then, of course, I mentioned the NFL. The 49ers are 2-0. They took care of the Rams in LA over the weekend, which was awesome. That was a great video. See, I'm already in video mode. But, no, that was a great game to watch there. One thing I have mentioned this before is I did stop watching the NFL kind of completely. Well, yeah, actually completely. I didn't actually actively watch the NFL when Colin Kaepernick did and everybody else started doing the kneeling thing, and then it was all about racism. And it's still in the back of their end zone, like, end racism. Okay, if you want to end racism, just stop talking about it. I mean, I played in one of, I think the first episode I ever did of this, I just played a clip of Morgan Freeman. Was like, he was interviewed with, what is his name? I'm not gonna pull it up, but anyway, he did an interview with Mike Wallace. Yeah, Mike Wallace. And Mike Wallace was like, "How do you end racism?" And Morgan Freeman, who is a black man, was like, "Stop talking about it." He's like, I'm gonna stop referring to you as a white man, and I want you to stop referring to me as a black man. We're just people. So you want to end racism? Stop talking about it. Just let's move on. Anyway, so there's that. The Packers could not hold on to their lead in Atlanta, unfortunately. Apparently the Cowboys look really good, so we'll see how they do at the end of the year. I believe they've scored like somewhere of 70 points these first two games and have only allowed 10. So maybe they're the deal. Maybe the boys are back, as you hear in the DFW area here. Dem boys. So there's that. So the standings are, let me get that pull out. Oh, Miami is actually 2-0. The Jets fell. Unfortunately, Zach Wilson from BYU did not do very well. The second game after Aaron Rodgers has been out. The Texans, of course, are awful. And the NFC East is actually the best right now, with the Giants only losing one to the Cowboys, but it was a 40-0 crushing. So anyway, so there's the NFL update. Then of course, you had the college football over the weekend. FSU barely pulled out a win in Boston College. They won like 31-29. So that was a bit frustrating. Texas finally pulled away from Wyoming, and I believe they won 31-10. They got some great fourth quarter scores there. But the big game that I really am concerned about and really loved was the BYU-Arkansas game. I was not thinking we were going to win that game. I was totally like, all right, here we go. We barely beat Sam Houston 14-0. We did handle Southern Utah really well, 41-16, but the Arkansas game, I was like, no, this is SEC, this is Arkansas. Yeah, we're going out there with an L. And it started out that way. Within the first 3 to 4 minutes of that game, BYU was down 14-0. They gave up a huge run, and then they gave up a punt return, all within about the first 3-4 minutes of that game. And I was watching this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to end up turning this thing off by halftime. This is going to be like a 65-0, just crushing. It's going to be awful, But no. So BYU came back, and one of the announcers kept saying BYU just needs to weather the storm, and they did. They ended up winning that game 38-31 in Arkansas. So just like last week, I did with Texas, or not the week they beat Alabama. I did have that pulled up, but it went away. Hold on just a second. I'm going to play this really quick. Oh, of course, there's an ad. Gosh, I hate it that there's ads after everything you try to pull up. And how do I get rid of this? Just play the thing I want to play. Oh, there we go. Anyway, here we go. BYU fight song. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for your patience. If you're not a sports fan, I apologize, but this sports segment actually went a little bit longer than last time. So anyway, there's that. A great weekend. Hopefully FSU, they play Clemson. BYU starts conference play against Kansas. And I am not sure who Texas plays. But anyway, yeah, I don't know who Texas plays this week. Anyway, so let's get into this. You know how they have Greg Abbott and others have been sending buses of illegals because the border is not secure, according to the administration. They say that the border is secure, and it is not secure. Because it's just not. There's thousands, tens of thousands of people that they come encounter every day, and let's see. They have. Let me pull up this nice little clip here of let's see here. Alejandro Mayorkas. He's part of the Obama. I just saw a picture of him. That's why I said Obama. Well, it might as well be the Obama administration, but the Biden administration. And this is what he has to say about the border.
The border is closed. The border is secure.
And then here's one more.
The border is secure.
The border is secure. Oh, okay. That's why there is videos of thousands of people just pouring across our southern border. And that's what the administration wants you to believe. And so Greg Abbott, in a brilliant move, has sent busloads of people to all these blue cities, all these blue states that are like, yeah, we're sanctuary cities. Just come here, sanctuary cities. So New York and what's his name, Mayor Adams, he's like, and they have what, 100,000? We'll say 100,000. We'll give them 100,000, right? 100,000 people have been shipped to New York City because he said that was fine. Send him to New York. It's fine. We'll take him in. Bring him on. And so they did that. Greg Abbott has done that, and it has been a brilliant move, actually, to bring these people into these supposedly sanctuary cities, and he's done an excellent job with it, saying, okay, you want to have all these, you want to have the illegals, you want to have all these people come into your homes and into your cities. He sent them to Martha's Vineyard, and they were like, no, they were gone probably within like 6 hours or a day. Martha's Vineyard people were like, no, we do not have any room for them over here in Martha's Vineyard. Please send those people somewhere else so we don't have to deal with them. So that's what they did. So Martha's Vineyard people are like, screw that, we're kicking them out. We're gone. Bye-bye. And so New York City cannot handle 100,000 people. Hey, welcome to Texas or Arizona or New Mexico or California, where we have millions for decades coming across our border, and we're having to deal with it. And so the Biden administration here is there's rumors that they're going to come after Texas and say, hey, no, you have to keep those people there in Texas. You can't ship them out. You can't do anything like this. So there's rumors of that they're going to, I don't know, executive order it or some other stupid thing that Biden decides to do. But yeah, so New York City can't handle it. And the people in those cities, New York City or Chicago, LA, they are sick and tired of it. And I just have to say, congratulations. Welcome to the club. Because we are all sick of it here. We've been dealing with this, like I said here, the border states have actually been dealing with this crisis for decades. And this is an actual crisis, not the kind of crisis that Biden says is, oh, the climate changes, global warming is the existential threat to humanity. Oh, and yeah. So this border issue is a crisis to our nation here. I mean, we're being invaded right now. And it's not just the U.S. either. It's countries across Europe as well. There is a small island of Italy that has a population of 6,000, okay? 6,000 people. That's the total population of this island in Italy. And they were just invaded by 7,000 people, men. There's not women, there's not children, they're not little families that are coming over for a better life. No, these are adult males who are coming across our border, and they poured into this little island in Italy, doubling the size and over by 1,000. So there are 7,000 of these illegals now on this island in Italy. And the people are like, what the crap are we going to do? What do we do here? And they're just in huge numbers all over everywhere, taking everything. And these people that are coming across our southern border here in the U.S., they expect to have handouts. They expect to have jobs. They expect to be paid. And yeah, it's just insanity. I mean, how can we survive as a nation when we're being invaded? I mean, this is a full-on invasion. This isn't some, all these little families are coming. No. They're not families coming across our border. They're just people that are expecting free handouts from the United States. And so and then you have us who's expected to pay for that. So I looked up some of those numbers. And this article that I came across on fair.org is that at the start of 2023, the net cost of illegal immigration for the United States at the federal, state, and local level is at least $150 billion, 150.7. Sorry, I'm not going to not put the 7 in there. So $150.7 billion illegal immigration is costing us, you and me, here in the United States. FAIR has arrived at this number by subtracting the tax revenue paid by illegal aliens, which is just probably what they pay to buy goods and like food and things like that, because they don't pay they don't pay any income tax or anything like that. So you have the tax revenue paid by illegal aliens, just under $32 billion from the gross negative economic impact of illegal immigration, which is actually $182 billion. Oh, nice. In 2017, the estimated net cost of illegal immigration was approximately $116 billion. In the last 5 years, the cost of Americans has increased by nearly $35 billion. So who's paying for the illegals to be here? Yeah, that's you and me. That's the regular, normal taxpayers. We're paying for all these people to be here for free. Illegal immigration costs each American taxpayer $1,156 per year. Each American taxpayer. That's how much we're paying to keep these people here. And, I've seen videos where they're like, we need a job, we need housing, we need good pay, we need this, we need food, no, come in, that's the problem, is come in to the United States the right way, and nobody cares. Nobody has a problem. Come on. That's what make America great, is they These people came across the country because the right way, and we've made this country an amazing country because of legal immigration. And you have all those people like, well, everybody's an immigrant, everybody's been here, everybody's illegal at some point. No, that's the thing that they'll sit there and whine about. No, my ancestors came across legally, and some of them came across on the Mayflower. Yes, they came across the Mayflower. They helped found this country. Some of my ancestors did, and but the vast majority of them came across legally. It seems like gone are the days of the people of Ellis Island. You've seen the videos where they sit there and they wave the American flags because they're happy to be here. They're happy to leave their crap countries, and they were waving the American flag. But here, no, not today. Not in 2023. They come across and they're like, all right, give me my free stuff. So let's see. Let me pull up some of this other stuff here. So let's see. So the cost here, it's broken down even further here. The cost of illegal immigration to the United States. At the federal, state, and local levels, taxpayers shelled out, like I said, $182 billion to cover the cost incurred from the presence of more than I think this number is a little low. 15.5 million illegals. I mean, 20 years ago, we kept hearing, I remember when I was listening to talk radio back then, Rush always talked about there were, everybody says there's 11 million illegals here, blah, 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 11. So, and I did some research back in college where you look at some of the hospitals in LA where all these people just come in and they had to close hospitals because they just, hearing that you can go into the hospital, you can get, go into the ER and you can get some service, you can get some medical care. But they had to close hospitals because the illegals that came here to get that service didn't pay the bills. And so they couldn't keep them open. And that was 20 years ago. So I kind of doubt that number. That I'm sure that number 15.5 million illegals is probably higher than that. Is what I would think. And about, let's see, okay, and the article goes on further, and it says, and about 5.4 million children of illegal aliens. So that amount to a cost burden of approximately $8,776 per illegal aliens / citizen child. So you and me are paying a crap ton of money to keep these people in here. And so let's just get a little, there's a video that's been going around social media of the New York, people in New York City, and they've had quite enough of this. So let's just hear what they had to say. Because there was a little press conference with Congresswoman Cortez, AOC. Oh, she's lovely. The ex-bartender that has the donkey teeth. So yeah, here's what they were screaming. Oh yeah, the illegals have heartbreaking stories, sure.
These are not e-bikes. These things can go 150 miles an hour, 85 miles an hour. They need to be registered. We was at City Hall yesterday. We're encouraging all the council members to support.
So they're a little pissed. They're a little pissed. And then the last little part there, apparently they have all these like moped things, little scooters that these illegals are racing around in the streets of New York. Some of them stolen, and I've seen videos where the cops, the NYPD is just taking them and just confiscating them apparently, and they're just wreaking havoc all over New York City. So it was a brilliant plan by Greg Abbott to send these people up there, send the illegals up there, so they can have a little taste of the chaos that we have dealt with on our southern border for decades. So it was just great. You know, there was apologize for the language, but here's a nice little clip of KJP and the lying that the Biden administration is saying about the border.
Aren't you guys stopping the flow at the border?
We are stopping the flow at the border.
Early this morning, an Eagle.
Okay, so she said that August 30th of this year. And then there was a report out in September from, looks like, Fox News. They did a little report on Eagle Pass, which there is a video right now where there are thousands coming across Eagle Pass here in Texas. So the administration is lying to you. They're lying.
Pass, we witnessed one of the largest mass illegal crossings we have ever seen in the last 2.5 years of covering our southern border. We'll get right to this video. Take a look at this stunning footage. Border Patrol sources telling us just after midnight, about 2,500 migrants crossed illegally into Eagle Pass. You can see this lengthy line of them stretching from shore to shore in the river. This video perspective coming from the Mexican side of the river, and Piedras Negras, one of our contacts over there, shooting this video as they essentially bum rushed Eagle Pass last night. And this happened right next to the port of entry, where the Biden administration is telling people to cross legally. They don't care. They're crossing illegally because there are little to no fear of consequences.
Yeah, that's right. So what they did, so what Greg Abbott has also done is they have put in barbed wire, and then the Border Patrol agents have cut that and just ripped it across and made a hole so that more people can pour across into our borders. So yeah, there's this. It's welcome to the club, New York. You know, congratulations. Welcome to the club is all I have to say. It's about time you wake up. It's just absolutely horrendous. Here's more. Here's some more from the residents are now begging local politicians to close the border. This is from Chicago. And there we go.
What is that limit, if there is one, and why can't we close the borders of Chicago or the state of Illinois in the first place? Why can't we close the borders?
I don't know if there's a limit. I do know that when you are seeking asylum,
So that is the process that folks are going through when they come here, when they get their interview, and then the Texas governor sends them to Illinois, and specifically Chicago.
So they get to come, once they do an interview in Texas, they get to come regardless. Texas says you're an asylum seeker, you're being persecuted, so yeah, you can leave your country and come here and go wherever you want.
Not Texas. This is the federal government is the one that does the process around asylum seeking.
Yeah, thank you.
It's Texas who is making the decision to send them to Chicago.
And that's what I wanted to know. Can we say, no, we won't take anymore?
It has to come from the federal government.
So I love that that guy tried to blame Texas for the problem. No, sir, it is not Texas. It's not Texas that's the problem. It is the federal government. Actually, like he said, the federal government is saying, sure, come on over to the border, come on. And no, in Texas, I'm sorry, we're not going to sit there and just absorb all this crap. You want sanctuary cities, you want people that are just fine and, you know, asylum seekers, supposedly asylum seekers, whatever, blah, 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 blah. No, you know what? You can have them and we'll send them to you. So no, it is not Texas's fault that this is happening. This is the administration, this is the federal government's fault that everybody now in the country is suffering from this, not just Texas. But yeah, up there in Chicago, New York, they're sick of it. They are tired of it. And they've probably had a little bit, like I said, New York City's probably had, 100,000 people, you know, come into their city and they're overwhelmed. They can't handle it anymore. They're freaking out. Mayor Adams is like, oh, we can't take it anymore. We need to close it. And people are screaming up there to close the border. And then AOC and the other Democrats in that little, whatever the crap they were doing, press conference in front of the hotel where all these people are at. I love how they just they just ignored the will of the people, if you will, that they just ignored them. They were like, oh, they're just asylum seekers. No, because what they really want from these people is votes. They think that if they allow all of these illegals to come across and then just grant them asylum and grant them some sort of, I don't know, citizenship or whatever, that they'll vote Democrat. That's probably their only goal in all of this, because none of it makes any sense. I mean, we're being invaded. Stop. Close the border for real. I mean, the federal government, Trump had purchased materials to build, I don't know, something like a 30-foot wall or something, a 50-foot wall or whatever it was. And those pieces of wall are just laying now on the ground, and the federal government is now selling those pieces, I think, for like wholesale. I don't know who's going to buy a piece of the wall, though. Here, you want this wall? You want this big, huge piece of metal? I don't know. Maybe they melt it down and make something else out of it. But yeah, they're now selling those portions of the wall to people who want to buy it. And I forget what the number is for how much it is. So if you would like a nice, kind of rusted out, I don't know if it's rusted, but they look rusted, piece of the wall, or what should be the wall, to contact your federal government. They can probably arrange that. But yeah, people are pissed. People are pissed and I'm, it's great. It is great. I'm glad that they are pissed, because maybe they'll realize, hey, the Democrats and these liberals, they aren't our friends. They do not make America great again. No, they make it worse. They make it awful. They make it so we're spending billions, not only on illegals, but now we're continuing to spend billions of dollars to help in another European war, the war in Ukraine. I'm all for helping people out. I really am. As a Christian, we're taught to help people out, and that's actually kind of what I read in the scriptures today. But you can't. The teachings is you have to have your house in order to help somebody else's out. You can't sit there and try to help somebody else's out, help somebody else out when your house is a disaster, when it's a mess. You cannot sit there and help somebody else and raise them up when you are not up. That's just kind of how it is. So let's fix our crap here in the United States. Let's fix our problems here. And when we are good, when our house is in order, sure, let's help out whoever we can. That's what we should do as Christians, as just good people, that's what we should do. But we have to make sure our house is in order. When I go through hard times, I'm not capable of helping somebody else out. I'm just not. That's just not how it works. I have to be in a good place in order to help others out. And that's where we're at with the United States. Our house is not in order at all. And we have to correct that. Then we can help out other people. And I'm all 100% for it. I think there should be, I don't think there should be like an endless number of billions of dollars that we should send these people, because they have, you help them out, you get them to a certain point, and then they have to take over. That's how this thing should work, is you help them out, but not indefinitely, and because it doesn't teach them anything. It doesn't teach them to be self-reliant. It doesn't teach them to be better people. It doesn't teach them to be better stewards of what they have. Because if you're just constantly giving out a whole bunch of free crap, they're gonna be lazy, and they're not gonna do anything. So we have to make sure our house is in order first. We have to make sure that our country is in order, and then, yes, help people out. Come here to the United States legally. Then, no, nobody has a problem with it. Nobody has a problem. Yes, sure. The whole dumb thing that, everybody's an immigrant, no. Everybody came here from somewhere else. Yes, my ancestry is from Europe. That's just where my ancestry is from. My grandparents were big into genealogy, and they discovered that, my ancestry is from Germany, Poland, Austria, everywhere. England, France, all that stuff. But they came here legally. So come here legally, and there's no problem. Everybody has said it. And people that have done that are pissed at the people that just get the free pass, where they've paid, thousands of dollars to become a U.S. citizen, and then you just have all these people just bum rushing the border, and, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Let's just amnesty. Let's just give them whatever they want. At the expense, and those people that have come across legally are pissed. So, yeah, just a nightmare at the border. Here's some genius. Here's one more clip of our lovely leader. President pooped his pants. Here's what he had to say.
Relenting stream of immigration.
So this is back in 2015.
Non-stop. Folks like me who were Caucasian of European descent, for the first time in 2017, will be in an absolute minority in the United States of America. Absolute minority. Fewer than 50% of the people in America from then and on will be white European stock. That's not a bad thing. That's a source of our strength.
No, our source of our strength isn't based on your color. It isn't based on your race. It's based on us coming together and being united as a united people. That is the source of our strength. It's not, it has nothing to do with your color. Who cares what your color is? Nobody cares. The people that scream the loudest about racism, especially here on like the TikTok platform, I've seen somebody, maybe because I interact with them, and so it's like the stupid algorithm thinks, he loves all this like anti-American stuff. But I see all these people are like, white people, what can you do to end racism? Or what can you do to end your white supremacy? Because, that's the other thing that Biden says is an existential threat, is white supremacy. Not the southern border and, the disaster that's there. So, that's just, so the source of our strength is not, it doesn't have anything to do with race. It has to do with the fact that we come together as people and we have made America great. Our ancestors have made America great. So I'm glad people in these blue states are waking up to the issues that we have had on the southern border for decades. I am glad that people are finally waking up. Actually, let me share one more video here. One more thing. And And because this is in New York here, when Eric Adams, when they're starting to arrest people for protesting the illegals. So this I don't know if there's much sound to this, but we'll give it a try. So I'll post that on my social medias where you can see that. But yeah, people are being arrested for protesting the illegals coming here. The NYPD. I have great respect from last episode. If you listen to last episode here, I talked a lot about 9/11. I have great respect for the NYPD and FDNY because of what happened with 9/11. It was great. But I'm sorry, guys, you're on the wrong side of history with this one. Don't arrest the people that are pissed and they're upset and want this to stop. Arrest the people that are coming here illegally. Did I say it loud enough? Illegally. All right, thank you. So yes, it's just insane. It is insane. It's like if they were trying to destroy this country, what different things would they do? If you're purposely trying to destroy this country, what would you do different? What would you do different if you were out there trying to destroy this country? What would you do different besides dropping ordnance on our cities? That's the only difference, is an outright just killing people. I don't know what else there is. So in other news, yeah, so there's that. That's just great. I'm glad that they're waking up, though, so hopefully this will connect the dots, and realize the Democrats are not our friend. They are not our friend, so stop voting them in, please. It would be greatly appreciated if we stop it. But I did mention this story on other news. This kid in, I believe, Colorado, where he has a little patch on his backpack. I think he's about 12 years old, but he has the Gadsden flag patch on his backpack. And if anybody does not know what that is, the Gadsden flag is the yellow flag with the snake on it. It says, "Don't tread on me." I'm sure you've seen it everywhere. If you listen to this podcast and if you listen to other things like that, you know exactly what it is. But you have this teacher who is upset that he has that flag on his backpack. And just listen to what this is, a couple weeks ago, but I still wanted to get this across because I think there is some hope for the youth. I think there is, they're not all lost to the trans fad, whatever, anti-American fad crap that's going on. So I think there are good people still out there, obviously. And this kid is great because I don't know if it's the principal or whoever this is, but he kind of schools her into what the Gadsden flag actually means.
They know what the Gadsden flag is. It's a historical flag. So they're...
All right, so I'm sure so in this thing, it's this school, I don't know if it's the principal or teacher, whoever the crap this idiot is, and obviously the parent, there's, looks like there's a little kid sitting on the mom's lap, and she's recording this, which is great, and then the 12-year-old, he's dressed real snazzy and stuff. He's got his nice little slacks and belt and button-up shirt, but yeah, so I'm sure they're in somebody's office, and yeah, she's gonna, the school, the teacher or the principal or whoever she is, these people out there teaching our kids, supposedly, is gonna try to educate this woman and her son what the Gadsden flag means.
The reason that they do not want the flag, the reason we do not want the flag that way, is due to its origins with slavery and slave trade. That is what was.
Oh, okay.
The Gadsden flag. on.
That's not what that flag is. Stupid.
Just the Gadsden flag. Okay, so he
This kid sitting there smiling like, you're an idiot.
he doesn't take it off. He is able to go. I was actually just telling him, like, I was upset that he was missing so much school. I was like, so I asked him, can he just take his stuff out of his bag and go back to class? Like, I just want him to go back to class. The bag can't go back. It's got a patch on it because we can't have that in and around other kids. So that's what I was trying to, and then he said,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, it has nothing to do with slavery. That's like the Revolutionary War patch that was displayed when they were fighting the British. Like, that wasn't, that's the revolution. Maybe you're thinking of like the Confederate flag. Okay, I am here to enforce the policy that was provided.
Oh, okay, the policy. Sure.
And definitely, you have every right to not agree with it. I mean, he says that he's allowed to wear that. If you like go on their website, it's like says in big letters. All I'm saying is that unless there's like a ban on patches, period, like you said, there's no patches allowed at the school. You cannot display what you think or anything like that, or what cheer or anything like that. I think it's like one-sided.
I guarantee if it was a BLM sticker or patch, it would be fine.
Yeah. That was like flown during the revolution, but I just don't understand that at all. So what I can do is if you go onto the ACLU's website, let's talk to someone. I can have you speak to Jeff Yoakum again. And then he can refer you to our person at the district. Okay. Because, like I said, we're following district policy.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
So, the last thing I want is him out of class. Yeah, I know.
That's
all. He takes his classes, he studies, he wants to get straight A's, he did that. He made honor roll when he was here before. Yep. He intends to do that again right now, but it's hard because he keeps missing class for this. So
yeah, because you're stupid.
Yeah, and I mean, we teach him to always stick up for your beliefs. And
there you go.
Going over the revolution for 7th grade, I mean, the founding fathers stood up for what they believed in against unjust laws. This is unjust. Okay, like I said, we're upholding a policy that was provided to us, which we have to uphold. Okay, can you show me where?
Oh, and these people are teaching your kids. These people are teaching your kids, and they don't have a freaking clue as to what any of it means. It's just because they don't like it. I guarantee you, if it was a rainbow or if it was a BLM, one of those pride flags, she would be promoting it. She'd be like, oh, look at this brave kid. He's coming out. He's promoting all this social injustices and all this other stuff. I guarantee if it was one of those, she'd be totally fine with it. But because it's not, she doesn't like it. And if you're unsure of what the Gadsden flag is, it is a historical American flag with a yellow field depicting a timber rattlesnake. And what it was used for, it came out in 1775. The flag was named for Christopher Gadsden, a South Carolina delegate to the Continental Congress and a brigadier general in the Continental Army who designed the flag in 1775 during the American Revolution. He said he gave the flag to Commodore S. Hopkins, and it was unfurled on the main mast of the Hobson flagship USS Alfred on December 20th, 1775. 2 days later, Congress made Hopkins Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Navy. He adopted the Gadsden banner as his personal flag, flying it from the main mast of the flagship while he was aboard. The Continental Marines also flew the flag during the early part of the war. So the rattlesnake was a symbol of the unity of the 13 colonies at the start of the Revolutionary War, and it had a long history of a political symbol in America. Benjamin Franklin used it for his Join or Die woodcut in 1754. Gadsden intended his flag as a warning to Britain not to violate the liberties of its American subjects. So, yeah, it had nothing to do with racism, had nothing to do with slavery, but these idiots in these schools don't like it because it's pro-American, because it's pro-the United States. They don't like it. They hate it. They hate anything to do with the United States. They just want to push their twisted political agendas to our kids. So I've said this before. I've said this in many videos. Know what is going on in your classrooms, and I'm sure I've said it on here before, but know what is going on in your children's classrooms. Because if you don't, we're going to pay the price later on. We're already paying it now. We didn't have any idea what was going on. And all these people think that they are entitled to everything. And that you can just cancel people because they disagree with you. So that kid is great. He did have a response. Let me play that real quick. And I think that will be it for today. But here's his response.
Today was a good day. Kind of. When I got to school, the kids were really hyped up because they saw me on Twitter. And kids are putting "Don't tread on me" on their locker. Well, at least my new made friends because I'm big on Twitter. And now they like me all of a sudden. But the teachers, on the other hand, I got some dirty looks, that's for sure. They're definitely not happy with me. But other than that, it was pretty good. I was on the Charlie Kirk show, and Ben Shapiro had me. It was a really good day, in my opinion. Well, have a good day, y'all.
What a great kid. What a great kid. So he was raised right. So yeah, don't tread on us, or you will pay the price. That's what happened to the British. That's what will happen to anybody who tries to tread on our liberties. So hopefully you've enjoyed the show. Please like, subscribe, share, follow wherever you listen to your podcast. Rate it 5 stars, and you can click the little notification button to be aware when new episodes drop. So the Kate and Eric Show is on Facebook, X, Truth Social, YouTube, and TikTok. I think I got them all. There's so many. But let me just double check. So yeah, Facebook, X, TikTok, YouTube, and Truth Social, the Kate and Eric Show. You can find me, and you can see my beautiful little face on those and other things. So please like, subscribe, share. If you rate this show, please 5 stars. We like 5 stars, nothing less. Nothing more either. So I appreciate it. Because then other people can see it, and it, whatever it is, I don't know computers, but it goes with the algorithm, and it'll disseminate to more people. So please like, subscribe, follow, share, all that fun stuff. Thank you, and hopefully you have a great weekend, and I will talk with you next week.